Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in previous video we have learned how we can draw everything and then we can use watercolor to paint something like this. So you can draw first and paint it if you are only interested in drawing. Now we can opposite of what we did in the previous video. So today we are going to paint everything first and then we are going to use pen to do some correction, to add more element into our drawing, or to just add some extra pattern around whatever flower you have painted using watercolor. So just paint everything on the loose side. You don't have to be very precise while painting these flowers. So today we are going to paint everything on a one go. We are not thinking too much around the precision of the flower and all those stuff. So paint loosely and paint whatever flower you know. If you know something simple, paint those things. You don't have to be very precise. Again, I'm telling you because anyways we are going to do correction and we do everything with the help of pen later on. So with the help of very lighter shade of red color, I'm creating petals, keeping a small negative space in between to create the center part of the flower. Now let these petals dry completely and then you can add one more layer of petals with the darker red color. So in this way you can have little multi-layered kind of pattern into your flower, which is more better to have. Although as I said, you don't have to be very perfect on these flowers, so do it as per your comfort. So I did something like this. I have created two flowers with the help of red color. First layer was on the lighter side, second one was a little darker, and then with the help of green color you can add stems and leaf for this particular flower. So for the leaf I am creating some one stroke leaf. Simple to paint. You just need to understand how much pressure you need to apply and in which direction you want to move your brush to paint something like this. And we're done with the first flower. If you want, you can have a little bit of green color in the center part of the flower. So this is the one set of flower. You can have many more like these. Now for the second one I'm using violet color, and with the help of violet color I'm creating a bigger dot and then a smaller dot around it. So I have added multiple dots around it, as you can see. Now just clean your brush and with the help of clean water try to spread the dots that we have created to create petals. In this way you can control the color and you can have little lighter shade of violet color, which is more like a white flower, you can say. So this is more like a white flower, as you can see, very light in color, and we can also getting little hint of violet color into the petal area, and this is what something I needed. So I have painted something like this. Now let's try one more flower of a similar pattern with similar color. So using violet color, creating bigger dot and smaller dot around it, and then just clean your brush and create some more petals. So this is how I have created my second flower. If you are not able to see the petals and all those things, totally fine, keep it aside. We are going to fix anything in the end, so don't worry about those things. Now with the help of green color you can add stems and leaf. So try to add different kind of leaf if you can, otherwise just add whatever you know. And in this one I'm creating little serrated leaf, so I'm adding multiple strokes together to have little bit of serration around the edge of my leaf. Again I'm roughly doing it. As you can see, these are not very precise leaf, but it's okay. Keep it aside and move into the next step. So we are done with these two flowers. Now I think we should have couple of more flowers. In the previous one we have added more leaves and foliages. In this one I am more into flowers, so I'm adding more and more flowers here. Now in the third flower I'm just creating some round pattern like this, arranging it in a triangle kind of shape to create a group of flower like this, and see how simple this is to paint. I know this is not looking that great, but it is okay to have something like this. I'm doing it purposefully so that you can understand. You don't have to be very conscious while creating these flowers. You can do it roughly. So I have created group of 2 flowers with the help of yellow color. Now you can have different kind of green altogether, so mix different kind of yellow, different kind of blue to have different kind of green altogether, and you can start creating stems and leaf for this particular flower. Now in this particular flower I want to keep the leaf little longer, so in this one we're going to paint little different way, but before that I'm adding small green element in between the flowers and the tip of this particular structure. Now create little longer leaf. So to create longer leaves I did nothing, just dragging my brush little longer as you can see and creating something like this. So apply pressure, drag your brush little longer in a direction wherever you want your leaves to be, and create as many as leaves like these throughout your structure. So I think this much flower is quite enough. Maybe we can add one more set of flower. So let's do it. So with the help of blue color, I'm trying to add different color. So with the help of blue color, let's create small flowers. So I'm creating these small flowers in a group. So as you can see, nothing fancy as such, 5 petals, a small negative space in between, and creating these flowers in a multiple area. So this is my last flower and I'm creating in a group. So this is my one group. You can have different perspective of flowers as well. You can choose side perspective. You can keep the petal shape a little bit different to have different perspective. So those things you can try and add it anywhere else if you want. So I'm adding a couple of flowers in between the structure that we have. So maybe 1 or 2 flower here, maybe 1 or 2 flower here. So I think this much is enough. Now let's finish this particular flower adding stems into it. So in this one I'm adding small fine stems for each individual flower and creating a small leaf in between. So for this particular flower, leaves are quite smaller in size. So we have created 4 different kind of flower, 4 different kind of leaves, and multiple foliages and pattern in between these flowers you can do. Likewise, we have created a flower field, you can say, a flower meadow, and then you can have some extra green color at the base to create grasses kind of pattern. We did all these things in our previous video as well, but with the help of pen. So if you're not too much interested in watercolor but you know how to draw, then first approach is better. And one more thing, I'm using this drawing sheet, but please use watercolor sheet if you're not comfortable with watercoloring, because if you are a beginner and if you're using drawing sheet, then it would be difficult for you. So try using watercolor sheet. Pretty much done with this particular structure. I'm done with watercoloring. If you want, you can have center part of the flower with the help of black color for the blue flowers that we have painted. And a little bit of black into the violet flowers as well. And now you can see the difference, right? It is quite different from the previous one. Now let it dry completely, and once it gets dried completely, either with the help of ball pen or needle pen or whatever pen you like to use, you can use that and try creating everything with the help of pen. So this is the time wherein you can correct yourself if you think your flower is too loose, or else you can simply try creating similar kind of pattern with the help of pen. So I'm not tracing anything here, I'm not tracing petals, I'm not tracing leaf, I'm not tracing anything, but I'm creating a similar kind of structure with the help of pen. And you will see a huge difference when you add these pen drawing into your watercolor painting. So let's do it. So do it slowly, carefully. As I said, you don't have to trace thing. You need to create similar kind of pattern around a similar kind of structure that you have painted using watercolor. So whatever we have loose painted flowers and leaf, in this particular step you can correct those things. So either you can trace things as well, but if you are going to trace it, you will get the similar structure what you have with the watercolor. So better try creating more precise flower in this particular step. So you can have white area from the sheet as well to paint flowers and leaves, and at the end you will see a drastic difference between the previous step and this particular step. Now you can see this particular flower, I'm adding a different kind of petal altogether. So I have painted 4 petals previously, but now I have divided it into 5 and flower is more visible. Now you can create smaller flowers around the blue flower that we have created. You can have more foliages at the base. You can have more leaves, smaller, bigger, all kind of. So for the yellow flower, again I'm doing similar thing what we did with the color, this time with the help of pen, and you will get a little extra texture and pattern around your watercolor. So in this way you can have little variation into watercolor is what I can say. So first technique is about drawing everything and then washing it with the help of watercolor, and that technique is called line and wash. And this one we have painted everything and we are correcting with little bit of pen drawing. So I don't know what this technique is called. If you know, you can let me know into the comment section so that we can share some knowledge between us. And at the end I'm doing some hatching process. So hatching means creating parallel line. The closer these lines are, the darker shade you will get. So I'm creating these lines at distance because I don't want too dark shade with the help of pen. So I'm creating these lines at distance, as you can see. So I have done it one side. You can also do a little bit of cross hatching as well. So cross hatching means creating cross lines around the parallel line that you have created. Although these hatching and cross hatching is totally optional, if you like you can have little extra texture around your flower area. And we are done with today's video. You can see first one is more about drawing, second one is more about painting, but we have used pen in both the process. So let me know which one you like the most, and thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video.